Head to Atlanta to take on the Braves. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at noon. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 60 degrees. Today, rain is likely south of I-94, a chance of rain north, a high of 68. Tonight, showers are early, a low 54. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jen Gregg. With fighting in southern Lebanon escalating, Iran says it shut the Strait of Hormuz international waterway. The U.S. is denying the claim. ABC News Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl on the options for the U.S.
There's two options. One is to say that, look, we diminished Iran's military. We're just going to go along and basically to at an uneasy status quo. And the other option, Trump has suggested, they could resume the war. But he has also said that if the war resumes, we could face a global depression. So not a lot of good options.
The new dispute now threatening talks on Iran that are supposed to be happening today with Vice President J.D. Vance in Switzerland. 2 people are recovering after being shot at a wedding reception in Milwaukee. Police were called near Maxwell and Fond du Lac around 9:45 p.m. Saturday night. A 35-year-old and 39-year-old were taken to the hospital for non-fatal injuries. Police are seeking an unknown suspect. Anyone with information should contact Milwaukee police. Wisconsin schools are adding jobs despite seeing enrollment declines. MMAC President Dale Koyenga says staffing has gone up 7%. He tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
It's a school by school district thing. I mean, if you really had to look at your district, especially the referendum, and ask your questions, hey, you have 10% less students. Why is your staffing up? What are we getting for this? And there may be legitimate reasons for that, of what they're doing, but be a consumer of your local schools and ask those questions. Why do we have more staff, particularly those that are not interfacing with kids, if we have less kids?
Koyenga says enrollment in Milwaukee's K-12 schools has declined 9%. Crews are still building out the west leg on the I-94 East-West project.
Wisconsin DOT's Eric Hansen says crews are building extra room on the westbound side.
On the 94 East-West project, work is progressing along on the west leg, continuing that temporary widening of work on I-94 westbound.
That work is not just for the current stage. Hansen says it's meant to carry traffic through later phases.
So again, this widening will allow bidirectional traffic for future stages of the project over the next couple of years.
Crews are also advancing bridge work near 64th, 68th, and 70th Streets. Debbie Lazica, WTMJ News.
And the winner of the Miss Teen Wisconsin pageant has been crowned.
16-year-old Meredith Rosemergy from Madison swept the competition out of 23 contestants. Rosemergy is a pre-professional ballerina who performed a dance routine for the talent portion of the competition. She is also a student track runner. In addition to the title, Rosemergy also won the Rookie Talent Award, Overall Talent Award, and the Overall Evening Gown Award. She will receive $9,000 in scholarships and the opportunity to compete for Miss America's teen title in 2027. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 8:03.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the July Independence Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big on top brands like Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Yours brings you modern Scandinavian design recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In-stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases. And it's free. Stop in today and save now during the Independence Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me, not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers lose to the Braves 4-3. Tune in for Brewers coverage today here on WTMJ. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. There are no major incidents to report, but I will keep an eye on them and let you guys know. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast today. Rain likely south of I-94, chance of rain north, a high of 68. Tonight, showers early with a low of 54. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 72. Wednesday, rain is likely with a high of 75. Thursday, partly cloudy, a slight chance of rain, a high of 73. And Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, 57, Green Bay, 54, and in Milwaukee, 60 degrees. I'm Jen Gregg. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 8:06.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins.
And it is the longest day of the year. We're going to make the most of every minute. To get us underway, let's turn to TMJ4 meteorologist Jacob Montesano with a look at your forecast on this Father's Day. And Jacob, happy Father's Day to you. And I don't even know if you're a dad or not.
I'm not a dad to a kid, but I do have a dog and a cat.
Well,
so
that's just
an abbreviated Father's Day.
Listen, that's the same thing. I mean, we know how much we love our four-legged fur babies. And yes, so happy Father's Day to you, and happy Father's Day certainly to your dad and all the dads out there. But, you know, we're really concerned because Father's Day, I don't know about you when you grew up, it was always a day that Dad wanted to do outside stuff. I mean, whether it meant that, you know, we just would be grilling out, or maybe he wanted to take the boat out, or maybe he wanted to, you know, take us all out for a drive or a walk in the park or whatever. It was going to be outside. Nobody was staying inside. So let's make the most of it. What does it look like today?
Well, about that.
Oops.
So this morning we are going to kind of have a continuation of yesterday where it will be dry, but a little below average. But then once we get to the afternoon, we are going to see the rain move in. This is especially going to be the case for Milwaukee and areas south. And once the rain starts, it may not stop for basically the rest of the day. So the good news is that it's not expecting to be a lot of thunderstorm activity, and it's certainly not going to be severe, not expecting any severe weather, but just consistent rainfall from about 1 to 3 p.m. until later in the night. So if you want to do anything outdoors, get it done early, because we are expecting dry conditions for a few more hours for sure. Now, this is, again, especially the case for Milwaukee and areas south. Places north of Milwaukee, especially, you know, as you get closer to Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, might miss out on the rain. I still expect a few showers, but again, most of the area will see consistent rainfall for much of the second half of the day. So that is unfortunate. Temperatures will also be cooler. Now, they're still going to be comfortable. Whenever we've been saying, you know, temperatures are cooler, this time of year, it's almost impossible to actually get a day that's, quote, you know, cool temperature-wise. We talked about this last week. But we're only going to see highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s. That'll be the case for tomorrow, but tomorrow will feature more sunshine. After that, we do slowly warm up. Still going to see highs mostly in the 70s. We're not really seeing any 80-degree days in the forecast, with rain returning on Wednesday.
Oh, now you mentioned that 1 to 3 period, which I think is key right here. How bad is it going to rain? I mean, how much rain are we going to see? Is it just going to be like a little drizzle, or are you talking about a downpour?
I wouldn't, not a downpour, not a drizzle, kind of in the middle range, kind of like just a light to moderate shower that doesn't stop. So you're probably not going to want to spend time outside for like prolonged activity. If you don't mind getting wet, it's not going to be that bad of conditions outside. It's not going to be severe weather. maybe some lightning strikes here and there, but overall not really seeing thunderstorm activity either. Just a consistent, gloomy rainfall that will just really hinder majority of outdoor plans. I wouldn't say all of them, I guess, if you can handle the rain.
Well, I guess the good news on that is Dad won't have to cut the lawn today then.
Yes, they can be cut tomorrow.
Oh, there's one of your fur babies now. All right, so
Yeah.
Jay, he says, Dad, it's Father's Day. I want quality time with you. Why are you talking to that woman? All right, so when will we see sunshine this week?
Definitely tomorrow. Looks like Tuesday looks pretty sunny. Again, rain looks like it will turn Wednesday, but then Thursday, just a small chance of rain. Friday looks sunny as well. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday looks pretty sunny right now.
Jacob Montesano from TMJ4. Thanks so much for kicking off today with a Father's Day forecast. It might not be exactly what we wanted to hear, but it could be worse.
Yes. Almost always, we could always say it could be worse. Almost always.
One way to look at it. Hey, Jacob, have a great day.
You too.
It is 8:11, and if you are taking to the grill to prep a steak for Dad today, we've got a few tips we're going to share with you from a chef. And hold off on the grill until you hear from him. Also, Brewers Weekly, Dominic Cotroneo is going to stop by with a look at the team's recent tough couple of games. It hasn't been a fun week for the Brewers, has it? Tim Gibbons, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal, is here. He's got a couple of surprising stories about opposition to some local apartment developments. And I want you to ask yourself a question. How much time do you spend scrolling? I'm talking to you, Isaac Marquardt. Our consumer expert has a warning about social media scams. You don't want to miss that. Also, Summerfest weekend number 1 is a wrap. And Sandy Max is going to stop by with her review of the big gig, at least so far. We're going to take a look back at the weekend review. And new at 9, I have some thoughts about shooting incidents from the past few days. And also, we're going to have Tori Lowe take a look at a shooting that occurred last week. So you don't want to miss that. We have Jen Gregg in the newsroom. Isaac's here pushing those buttons. And coming up in just 2 minutes, Eric Bilstead highlights an everyday hero on Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News.
Since 1957, we've been making great pizzas. The recipe's the same, the dough's made daily like it's always been. The fresh veggies are cut daily, and the quality control remains as high as it's ever been. We gotta keep it high, because we know when you can count on consistency, that it keeps you coming back. So how about Marty's Pizza tonight?
Remember, Marty's Pizza. Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Affordable glass and mirror home decor ideas will go as far as your style and imagination will take them. But not everyone has the time to think up new ways to make our products work for their home. So here are some ideas that could really take your home style to the next level. A great way to visually enlarge a small space is to add mirrors. We're seeing mirrored closet doors come back in style, but now they call them reflective storage units. And if they're done right, they can be quite appealing. Make your minimal bedroom more expansive looking with a wall of mirrors. Or how about a mirrored backsplash in your kitchen? Mirror front kitchen cabinets look really sleek. If you bring us the milled out cabinet doors, we'll install mirrors and your kitchen gets an instant style upgrade. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
It's 61 degrees at 8:14, and it's time to recognize another everyday hero.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes. They're average John or Jane Does who had no idea when they got up one morning they'd be saving a life. Today we head to South Texas, Laredo, where Loop 20 was busy. Drivers were coming and going on the highway when all of a sudden, a plane, a small business jet, crashed onto the roadway.
We saw that there was actually movement inside the aircraft. That's when my husband jumped out of the car and went straight to help out.
Oh my God.
Zaira Garza says it was a mangled mess, flames shooting from the wreckage. If you listen to the audio from the video she took, you can hear rescuers using shovels and sledgehammers trying to break the glass of the cockpit, looking to rescue those passengers as the flames grew.
We can literally feel the heat from the fire.
You can see the intensity in the video. Just text the word hero to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. We'll send it to you. And the flames kept growing.
I didn't know if that fire was going to make the aircraft explode.
Oh my God.
These rescuers were able to pull 5 people from the crash. Tragically, 1 person was killed, but amazingly, everyone else survived thanks to these good Samaritans as well as first responders for rushing in to help. Thank you to everyone involved. You are all everyday heroes. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
Thanks so much, Eric. And as we said before, it is Father's Day. We have a very busy show ahead. And coming up next, we're going to hear from Tim Gibbons from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Now, you would think that in most cases, communities would welcome with open arms a new apartment development. Not so fast. There are a couple communities fighting back. We're going to hear about it right after this on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. It's 8:17.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Several locations, several choices. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
No matter what your summer sounds like, Summerfest is the place to be.
Congratulations!
And WTMJ is right in the middle of it. Come say hi as we broadcast live from the Summerfest grounds all festival long from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio. We're bringing Milwaukee's biggest summer tradition straight to you. Your soundtrack to summer, heard here on WTMJ.
It's time to check in with Timothy Gibbons. He's editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. And Tim, there's a lot to talk about on this Sunday morning, one of which is Shorewood. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about this new affordable housing apartment building, and it seemed like it was a done deal. But apparently, there's been some pushback.
There has been, and it's interesting because many communities have people who push back for various reasons, some good, some bad, and of course, that's all in the eye of the beholder. In this case, the pushback is interesting. It's coming from local businesses, and they are saying they're concerned that the apartment complex, which is going to be built on a parking lot, will negatively impact them because it will take away parking that people in the area need if they're going to stop at those businesses.
How big is this parking facility? Do you know how many spaces are there?
It's about 50 spaces, and they're going to replace it with a apartment complex that would have about 20 units. So not a huge influx of people, and there's 50 spots, a lot of spots are not. it is clear that Shorewood has a need for housing. They have been, for about 4 or 5 years now, really trying to get some affordable housing developments going in that community, which does have one of the highest median sale price on houses right now. Over the past decade, there have been about 250 units of housing built in Shorewood total. So not a lot of housing development going on in what is basically a built-out community.
Well, of course, Shorewood, though, has a very strong small business community, and it's all sort of brought together in that one area. If they take away those 50 parking spaces, is there any way to replace it? Because it's always tough to get street parking in Shorewood.
Right. And the community is looking at different ways of dealing with that. And, there obviously will be an impact. So to some extent, the big question is, what do you need more parking spots or housing?
Interesting debate. All right, let's talk about another development, and that's an apartment complex development in Caledonia. And also, that's become controversial.
Yeah, and this is what I started out saying, different communities push back for different reasons. This one isn't quite as clear what the pushback is. There's some indication that there's a disagreement over how incentives for the project should work. This is much bigger. This is a 130-unit development, and I'm not sure if we've talked about this one before, but it also has been going on for a while. 2 months ago, the village board there approved the site plan and traffic impact analysis on a 4-3 vote, so it just narrowly passed. And then this past week, it came up for the stage in the development process where the developer has to sign an agreement with the village, and that agreement was defeated by the village board again in a 4-3 vote, so a very narrow split there.
So are they going to come back and revisit it?
That's a really interesting question. The developer is F Street, and they have said that they're not interested in renegotiating the development agreement. Those things take a long time to work out as it is. They are having conversations with the village board members, and they are trying to find a path forward. Again, this is a community that does not have a lot of developable space. And in this case, the need for housing is everywhere, but also it's the need just for growing their tax base. One of the interesting wrinkles in this is the president of the village board, after the vote, stepped down, basically said that if the board is not able to get development done, that there's too much of a philosophical difference, so he's stepped back from the board, which is a pretty extreme statement to make.
I was going to say, so he's off the board now entirely?
Yes.
That is an interesting development. Stay tuned. All right, we're talking with Tim Gibbons. He's the editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal, and there was a big story this week early about the CEO at Fiserv stepping down. I think this surprised a lot of people because he hasn't been in that position that long.
He has not. He's been there just over a year. He joined the company in January last year as president, and then when the former CEO left to take the job as Social Security Administrator, he became CEO. So it was about 13 months ago. It has been a somewhat tumultuous 13 months, but arguably not because of Mike Lyons, the CEO, who has left. So he came into the position, and kind of compressing this or simplifying this a little bit, his predecessor, Frank Bisignano, had been forecasting that the company was going to grow at about 10 to 12% a year. And Mike Lyons comes in and starts kind of kicking the tires and looking at the numbers. And about 5 months into his tenure says, nah, we're going to be growing, but it's only going to be about 3 to 4% a year. And immediately the stock plummeted, which is not good for shareholders or not good for investors, I guess. But arguably it was him ripping the Band-Aid off and saying that this is more realistic. So he has been since then embarking on a plan to kind of right the company. And as the week wore on, that was the big question that we got an answer to from talking to a bunch of analysts of, so where does the company go from here? And the analyst community seems cautiously optimistic. They like the successor who was named for Lyons. And the big question now is, will he be able to kind of do this turnaround in a way that will be good for the company?
Well, they're going to stick with that policy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to some extent, it seems that the turnaround efforts are well underway enough that that's the path they're going to continue down. But it's always interesting when you get a new leader to see what they do.
Well, Tim, it's Sunday, and that means only one thing. We have to talk about data centers.
Speaking of controversial developments, I bet you some of these communities would stop arguing about apartments if you put a data center there instead.
Don't put that in the minds of some of these communities or they'll get them.
I got to have a reporter this week get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the work being done on Vantage Data Center's big project there in Port Washington. They're calling it the largest construction project in state history. It's a huge, huge project, $15 billion. When we were out there, they told us that they're doing $15 to $20 million of work every day. So just between the 1,000+ people working there and all of the high-tech electronics and all of that, it's quite a project.
It certainly is. All right. Finally, Tim, Summerfest. We had 3 great days this week. I don't know if you got a chance to get out there, but I think a lot of businesses are wondering, what sort of economic impact does Summerfest have?
I did get a chance to go out there. I was at the opening day ceremony, and everybody's talking about the music and the fun, and they trot out these numbers of the economic impacts of tourism on the state and on Milwaukee is just huge. And Summerfest is one of the big drivers of that. It brings in so many people from outside the area, and they spend money. Now, specifically this year, the Garth Brooks concerts that kicked off Summerfest or were held right before Summerfest, depending on how you look at it, they had a sizable impact on their own. About half of the tickets sold for those concerts were from people from out of state.
Wow.
Garth Brooks, yeah, obviously, international superstar. And right now on his touring schedule, if you look at all of 2026, he had 2 spots that he is booked to perform in, Milwaukee and London. So if you want to see him, it's either, fly to Great Britain or fly to Milwaukee. So that is why the great interest. And if you remember, he was only going to be here one night, and apparently they sold out the first day of pre-sale tickets, which are like, member-only sort of sales. They basically sold out of all of their tickets then. So there were no general public tickets, which is what led to that adding of the second day show. So quite a coup from the organizers to get him here, and quite an impact that it had.
Well, hopefully it means we're going to get even more big acts in the future. Tim, it is Father's Day. Do you have any special plans?
It is also World Giraffe Day. So I don't know. We're thinking about going to the zoo.
Sounds like a plan. Tim Gibbons, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. It is always great to hear from you.
Good to talk to you, too.
And, of course, the best news for Tim going to the zoo today to see all those giraffes is dads get in free. So if you're a dad, you can go see the giraffes. You can see the rhino. You can see the monkeys. It's all free for you today. All right, it is 8:27 on WTMJ.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
You know that frustrating injury that just will not heal? Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. Your back, your ankle, your foot, your knee. Recovery after surgery. Doctor said give it time. Let it rest. But it's not getting better. MD Hyperbaric supports your body's natural healing process. I've done it myself. Treatments that reduce inflammation, speed recovery, and get you back to living life. No pills, no injections. Discover the healing power of oxygen under pressure. MDHyperbaric.com.
Well, coming up in the next half hour, we've got a lot for you on this Father's Day. Sandy's Max is going to be dropping by, and she's going to take a look at Summerfest so far. You know, one of our people here at the station performed at Summerfest this past week. We'll tell you about that, too, with Sandy. That's all coming up on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. But right now, we're coming up to 8:30, and we have Jen Gregg in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, and it's been a weekend with a lot of gunfire.
Yeah, thanks, Libby. 4 people are injured after a shooting at McDonald's in Milwaukee. Milwaukee police say the non-fatal shooting happened Friday night around 8:30 p.m. at the restaurant on Capitol Drive. The first victim, a 24-year-old, was transported to the hospital due to their injuries. A 29-year-old, 20-year-old, and 16-year-old were also injured but refused medical treatment. Police are still investigating the incident but believe it may have stemmed from an argument. They are continuing to seek an unknown suspect. 2 people are recovering after being shot at a wedding reception in Milwaukee. Police were called near Maxwell and Fond du Lac around 9:45 p.m. Saturday night. A 35-year-old and 39-year-old were taken to the hospital for non-fatal injuries. Police are seeking an unknown suspect again. Anyone with information should contact Milwaukee police. And the winner of the Miss Teen Wisconsin pageant has been crowned. 16-year-old Meredith Rosemary from Madison swept the competition out of 23 contestants. Rosemary is a pre-professional ballerina who performed a dance routine for the talent portion of the competition. She is also a student track runner. Rosemary also won the Rookie Talent Award, Overall Talent Award, and the Overall Evening Gown Award. She will receive $9,000 in scholarship and the opportunity to compete for the Miss America's teen title in 2027. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, it looks like there are 2 left lanes on Highway 100 southbound that are closed at Layton Avenue due to maintenance and repairs. Traffic seems to be flowing fine, though, so keep an eye out for that.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, rain is likely south of I-94, a chance of rain in the north, a high of 68. Tonight, showers early, a low of 54. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 72. Wednesday, rain is likely with a high of 75. And Thursday, partly cloudy, a slight chance of rain, a high of 73. Right now in Madison, 63, Green Bay, 59, and in Milwaukee, 61 degrees. I'm Jen Gregg. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 8:32.
Thanks a lot, Jen. It's great to have you here on a Sunday morning. In just 2 minutes, it's a week in review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, well, thanks.
The way you talk about employee-free, hassless showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way low. I mean, nobody does it better.
I don't know what to say.
Say that I can get a free box spring.
Okay. Now through Monday, at Hasselus, get a free box spring with the purchase of any Sealy Posturepedic or Beautyrest mattress.
I have that tattooed on my...
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
They say fortune favors the brave. Let's put that to the test.
First offering to him is a high fly ball to right field. Back on it is Fry. Track, wall, gone! Jackson Churio goes deep.
The Brewers head to Atlanta to take on the Braves. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at noon. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins, and a happy Father's Day to you. It has been quite a week where a star rookie made his debut. A trial took an unexpected turn, and the big it began. There was a lot more to it. It's the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
The deliberately worst-kept secret in southeast Wisconsin is a secret no more. You could tell your parents.
My parents knew.
Okay, they knew.
But
Right.
I did not tell my brother for quite a while.
Straw poll is a straw poll. It's a snapshot at a convention. Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez was the winner.
The three most likely nominees today are Mandela Barnes, Sarah Rodriguez, and Fran Hong. Everybody else, it's getting late.
Ridgeland Farms is releasing its remaining beagles. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. now chiming in.
We are committed to humane animal care and to replacing animal testing with effective alternatives wherever possible.
A complete game shutout from Jacob Mizorowski.
I was just trying to find a comp in any sport, and the one I came up with was Usain Bolt. It's like, oh, he had that still.
The finished and fabulous Bob Uecker mural in downtown Milwaukee.
I just wish it didn't end so quickly. That's what I really love about mural making, is just sharing your work with the world.
Day 2 of in the Amandrea Brunner trial. The defense says, hold on a second, the Marquette student was speeding.
Would these deaths have occurred even if Amandrea was sober? And the evidence is going to show that they would have.
Wisconsinites spent $45 million on OnlyFans. They're spending a lot of money in Green Bay. What's going on up there?
There was an ongoing joke with one of my girlfriends that we would have a channel that was and toes, and we would never have to show our face.
Have you been following the story of this dive-bombing red-winged blackbird in Atwater Park?
A lot of people want to get up and walk around out there, maybe run out there, and you got this dive-bombing bird. Watch out.
Not all of us are bird people.
Hey, I went to the ballpark yesterday.
Yeah.
Your 6'7" tall all-star was there, Jacob Mizorowski. 300 people lined up to get a moment with the Miz for a special ball signing. They raised more than $24,000, John.
That's great.
They announced the entire team. Here come your Milwaukee Brewers. Gets a slap on the back from Bryce Terang, and then out he goes by himself.
Go get him, kid. Enjoy the field by yourself. Soak it up. It's not about you, Cooper Pratt. It's about the Brewers. You're just a part of it.
A few moments later.
Line drive down the right field line, a base hit. And Cooper Pratt has his first big league run batted in.
54 years ago today, we had this huge crisis in Watergate. That was not a constitutional crisis. Richard Nixon followed the law. I maintain that today we are in a constitutional crisis.
It's been good for local businesses, but not for beer supplies.
I don't think Boston realized what was coming to it.
I recall something similar happening when the Wisconsin Badgers played UNLV out in Las Vegas. Bars that were running out of Miller Lite and some running out of brandy.
Green Bay Packers tight end Tucker Kraft. He's recovering from that torn ACL that he suffered last November.
I'm going to be the best tight end in the NFL.
Someone got a birthday. I wonder.
Happy birthday, 40th
Thank
birthday.
you. 40th birthday.
June
Big.
1986 is when you came into this world.
It is.
With the deal officially signed between the U.S. and Iran, the agreement sets up a 60-day ceasefire to hammer out details on issues like Iran's nuclear program.
So not only did you get a present on your birthday, country of Iran got a really big present. in the United
Big
States.
present.
A jury in Milwaukee County finding Amandrea Brunner not guilty on all 6 charges of causing the deaths of Marquette University lacrosse athletes.
The other guy involved in the collision, Peter McGolgan, it led to both of them being charged, and it's a fascinating strategy.
Once we solicited the expert, we were able to back that up, and his report really did bolster that defense for us.
The stages are set, and Milwaukee's lakefront is ready to rock. Broadcasting live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Mobile Studio at Summerfest.
We're on the lakefront path right behind the Gruber Sports Zone. Beautiful view of the lagoon. You're seeing all kinds of musical fandom because that's what we do here at the world's largest music festival.
What a week, eh?
What a week.
My grass is green.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And that is the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Text the word week to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620, and you can hear it all again. It's 8:39 coming up next. How often are you on social media? Do you know there are people out there trying to take advantage of you all the time? Well, we'll tell you about it and what to watch for right after this.
Unlock big savings on your next project when you shop at Menards. Lockley is a leader in smart home door lock technology. You'll never have to worry if you forgot to lock your door again. Control your lock from anywhere with the use of your smartphone. Keep your home safe and secure. Pick up your Lockley electronic door lock today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Pizza made with pride. That's what you'll get here. With a sauce recipe over 60 years in existence that we're not changing for the world. And we just can't get ourselves to skimp. So we still use only the highest quality ingredients, like our house recipe Italian sausage and our original thin crust dough that's made fresh daily and never frozen. And of course, always 100% real mozzarella cheese. You can't beat that or a Marty's Pizza.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Are you aware that in 2025, nearly 30% of consumers who lost money to scams said it started on social media? Well, joining us to tell us about those top 3 scams is our consumer expert, Michelle Reinen. And boy, this is an amazing statistic.
It absolutely is. Reported losses were reaching $2.1 billion. That's 8 times higher than in 2020. And some of the most common scams start on websites and apps are shopping scams, romance scams, and coaching training scams, all things we've talked about, but so significant to consumers' nearly everyday lives.
So what should you watch for?
Well, with shopping scams, you're going to want to be sure that you're at a trusted online platform, because scammers try and get you to a copycat website. And if a consumer logs in to that scam website using the username and password, then the scammer gains access to that real account. And if a consumer makes a purchase on that scam website, they're going to gain access to the financial information as well. So avoid clicking directly on ads or links. Instead, manually type in the real website web address. And then double check the web address before logging in or entering any payment information. If it looks different than usual, that has to be a red flag.
Now, you also mentioned these coaching training scams. What should you watch for with that?
Yeah, here social media users may find testimonial or ads posted by experts who offer to teach foolproof ways to get rich quick, and they might claim that they can help small business owners set someone up with a high-paying remote job or make massive returns from stocks or cryptocurrency. And along with romance scams, these coaching training scams are often used in connection with investment scams, which are responsible for more than half of all the reported social media scam losses. So scammers make it sound easy to make money, and then all a consumer needs to do is pay for training or coaching to learn the tricks. So be suspicious of big promises. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And just don't trust testimonials provided by the coach or trainer. Search for independent reviews online. Include words like scam or complaint in that search.
Well, I think anybody who's ever done some internet dating, their ears perked up when you said, watch out for those romance scams. What are those red flags?
Yeah, the red flags here is just that if you find that new love interest who sends an unsolicited direct message or matches with them on a dating app, that could really be a scammer. That scammer spends time gaining trust and building a relationship with the individual, and then they ask for money to travel or handle an emergency. And in other variations, they offer to invest in those stocks or cryptocurrency together to, again, build that relationship. So it's just a bad idea for consumers to send money to someone they have never met or invest heavily in an asset that was recommended by an online romance. And remember that modern technology makes it easy for scammers to fake how that someone looks or sounds on social media, even in real-time phone calls or connections.
And of course, if you think that you might be being scammed on social media, who do you call to check things out?
Call DadCap's Consumer Protection Hotline at 800-422-7128.
Thanks a lot, Michelle. And coming up next, it is Father's Day. We want to honor our dads. And I know one way we like to do it is get out the grill and make a nice steak. Well, coming up next, we've got a local chef who's got a few tips for you on exactly how to prepare that steak perfectly. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert, owner of Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage. I get that most home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting pre-approved, but that's probably a mistake because banks have a lot of overhead, like branches, fancy headquarters, and layers of management. That means their closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 higher than AccuNet's for exactly the same rate. And that's not all. Bank pre-approval letters are usually weak and unconvincing, especially compared to AccuNet's rock-solid, fully verified pre-approval that provides a $2,000 guarantee to you and the seller. Our senior loan consultants will also look at every possible way to strengthen your offer and pre-approval in the eyes of that seller, especially if you're offering over the asking price. We even call the listing agent to reinforce what a great buyer you are. Banks don't do all that. Click on the blue button today at AccuNet.com and let our passionate mortgage pros help you win while you save a bunch of money too. That's ACCUNET.com.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the July Independence Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big on top brands like Bradenton Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradenton Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian design recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In-stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases, and it's free. Stop in today and save now during the Independence Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
As we said, it's Father's Day, and many of us are going to take an expensive cut of steak and put it on the grill. Here's Duffy O'Neill from Brookfield's North Star American Bistro with a few tips on how to get that perfect sear. Well, first, Duffy, happy Father's Day to you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Dad's favorite meal, and that's got to be a steak. Is there anything special that you do?
Well, if I have a New York strip, I prefer to have it a little thicker cut. So if you're serving it for more than one person, 2 to 4, if you can find actually just one steak and then you end up cutting it up, I prefer that thicker cut. And second, your favorite seasoning. I do garlic and onion powder, smoked paprika, all the fun flavors that you want to put on a steak. And it caramelizes really nice on the steak. So heavy seasoning, thick cut, and that's kind of how I like to start my prep.
How long do you leave it out before you put it on the grill?
I would recommend 20 to 30 minutes, leave it out.
And how long do you cook it? I mean, and do you flip it? Do you not move it? What is the secret to really making that perfect?
I prefer charcoal. Some people prefer gas, but the hotter the better. And I always give myself a little space on the grill for a little indirect heat, just in case it gets too hot and you have a really thick cut. But the hotter the better to start, so you can sear that outside, keep all the juice and flavor on the inside of the steak. And I always turn it once on both sides. So I start the steak on a 90-degree angle, and then once I wait, it depends on the thickness of the steak, but if it's like a 2-inch steak or an 1.5-inch steak, maybe wait about 2 minutes, and then I turn it another 90 degrees. That gives you those nice diamond marks on the steak. Another 2 minutes, and then I flip it. And you might not need as much time on the other side because it's already heating from the other side. You've given it so much heat that it's actually going to keep cooking from the other side a little bit. So that would probably give you a nice medium. And when it's done, I usually just put it on a plate and then cover it with foil and get the rest of the meal going and let it rest.
What's the biggest mistake people make when they're preparing a steak?
Overcooking it. You can always put a steak back on the grill, but you can't undo the overcook. If you're nervous and you're not sure, just take it off, give it a second, cut into a little piece, see where it's at. If you need to put it back on, no big deal. Nobody's going to know. And just take it to where you need to. But just remember, don't want to overcook it.
And happy Father's Day to you. Thank you, Duffy.
Thank you very much.
I want a steak. It's 8:50 on WTMJ. Coming up next, Sandy Max joins us, and she was at Summerfest, and boy, was it a good time. We'll hear all about it after this.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
No matter what your summer sounds like, Summerfest is the place to be.
Congratulations.
And WTMJ is right in the middle of it. Come say hi as we broadcast live from the Summerfest grounds all festival long. From the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Mobile Studio, we're bringing Milwaukee's biggest summer tradition straight to you. Your soundtrack to summer, heard here on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
It's got a good beat. I could dance to that. That's Barely Civil. And the reason we're leading in with that is Barely Civil played at Summerfest, I think on Thursday, opening day. And it just so happens the drummer for that band is our own Isaac Marcourt. How was it on the big stage, Isaac?
It was incredible. I had a great time.
Which stage were you on, Generac?
We were on the U-Line.
U-Line.
Stage, yes.
Yeah. I mean, he hit the big time with that one. Aren't you impressed?
I love it. I feel like Barely Civil last year was very highly regarded with the latest album, and it's been fun to get to know Isaac and your cassette release party at Cactus Club. So fun to follow along your journey in the local music scene. And I think it really is a badge of honor to be a local band and get booked at Summerfest, because think of all the people who come from all around the country and around the world to Summerfest, and they get to sample our local scene as well. So they get to see Barely Civil. Funny, Pat McCurdy is booked for next weekend. Kitty Softpaw is booked for next weekend. Trapper Shep played over the weekend. The Taxmen are playing next weekend. There's just a lot. Fuzzy Surf, like all these band names are popping in my head. That it's great that it's also a local showcase in addition to bringing internationally renowned artists to Milwaukee.
Well, I think that's what we appreciate most, because it isn't just the headliners. I mean,
Isaac Marquardt, you can now say you've played the world's largest music festival.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's a Guinness World Record.
He's speechless. Look at this. He's speechless.
But it really is for all the people, we've just gotten so spoiled for nearly 60 years.
I know.
This music festival, formerly 11 straight days, now 9 days broken up over 3 weekends, has been here. And it is all along the lakefront. It's people watching. It's grown from tents and mud to now permanent stages for this entire stretch. That's great for all ages. I mean, it really is a gift for all the people who have felt like they've been there and done that. I challenge you, because Summerfest really is a choose your own adventure type of experience. Any kind of music style that you like, you can find. If you just like to go and people watch and shop and sip and eat all the tasty foods, you can do that too. If you just want to hang out, and they've got the Lasso Lounge now that used to be JoJo's Martini Bar, and it used to be the comedy tent way back when on the South End. You can just sit and chill and hang out.
Well, the first 3 days are over. And you were there, you were broadcasting live. You had a lot of people in the studio with you. What's your evaluation of those 3 big days?
It's been a great kickoff, great weather. It's typically there's some sort of a monsoon that blows in directly into the stages, and we have to huddle into one of the beer tents for a while. It's been really, really great. And it's a happy vibe, when people are walking along the lakefront path right there on the lagoon, and the breeze is there. It's been a really good vibe and a great variety of music. I've been combing for I see headlines like the best and worst of Summerfest. So I'm like, all right, who's had a really bad show? Like who's like disappointed fans, and I'm not seeing anything like that. The closest we came to disappointing fans last night, not a big surprise. David Lee Roth, his diva Diamond Dave self, showed up 20 minutes late last night.
Oh, wow.
But
how's he looking?
Well, Dave's always the showman. He's got like the embroidered suit and stuff, and he's going to prance around. Like,
he's getting a little long in the tooth, though.
But he has delivered. But he loves to show you. Even 20 years ago, he would show videos of him doing martial arts up on the, So he's now doing yoga poses and stuff
instead of martial arts.
Exactly. But
age does catch up on you.
But he is true to brand. I mean, he was raunchy. He was telling stories. But he's one of these musicians that's smart. Think about all that great early Van Halen music. He's backed up by a stellar band. So you want to hear those songs, you're going to hear great classic VH the right way. And you're seeing one of the biggest characters of classic rock ever. So he delivered. He just made people wait.
And did he jump?
He sang it.
Maybe not as high as he wants to.
I was just going to say, you want to be careful when you're in your 70s. But Styx on Friday night absolutely delivered. I got to see Aldo Nova before that. He's a Canadian rocker. He has a great song from 1982 called Fantasy. And Monkey on My Back, where he has the talk box. But just great to see people clapping along. It was a great warm-up for Styx. So no matter what style of music you like, if you're familiar with Charlie Wilson, he's an R&B performer who just recently suffered a stroke. But he did a great R&B set. And local artist Emmett James was on that T-Mobile stage before that. There's just a lot of music to love. But in addition to the music, Fuzz Pop Workshop, they are back with their immersive art experience. That's right between the Uline stage and the T-Mobile stage now, which used to be the U.S. Cellular Connection. And it's these stone faces that have these 20-foot, almost Chihuly-looking flora coming out. But this is, again, the interactive, maybe some mist and smoke is coming out of it. It's that kind of interactive art experience where you are encouraged to walk in, take pictures. It has interesting sounds that come with it. So they're great. If you can go back and listen to my podcast, I interviewed them. And then also on the art front, this is what's also great about Summerfest. You can't walk very far without bumping into somebody that you know and haven't seen in a while, and they're having a lively conversation. So I'm broadcasting live last Thursday. Artist Ike Winter walks by, and he's like, "Hey, just want to say hi." I was like, "What are you doing? Come on in." So he stopped in the studio, and he is roaming around the grounds, and he has this big wooden, all these different mosaics piece of a Summerfest logo. So he's walking around with this cart full of all these different pieces, but they're not paint by number. Like, they're all these different bizarre shapes and sizes, and he just dumps them out and takes about 25 minutes and puts them up.
Amazing.
So there is that sort of joy of discovery, whether it's art or music, all along.
So we got 3 more days coming up next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, I'll tell you, the big headliners are Ed Sheeran, who's a great pop artist. He'll be on the main stage. Then Cody Johnson for country on Friday, and Post Malone on Saturday, which is really big.
That's huge.
Yeah, really big. There's a lot of great music. Subtronics is this EDM band that all the Summerfest folks are saying, keep your eye on that. And Bruce Springsteen fans, next Saturday is when Hank Azaria, the voice of so many characters from The Simpsons, Hank Azaria's Bruce Springsteen tribute band is here.
He's actually in this.
He will be on stage
Which
next
stage
Saturday
is that?
on the Uline stage at 5:30 in the afternoon. So that is like Simpsons fans, Springsteen's fans. They're all going to be crowded in around there for this very spectacular, interesting, but convincing interpretation of Bruce Springsteen music. Bruce Springsteen himself has even seen Hank Azaria doing this and reached out to him and said, "It's impressive."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw you sing Prove It all night. You did it great.
This should be a great week then.
That's what I'm telling you. So second weekend is going to be stellar. And I'm going to also tell you that the Big Bang fireworks were some of the most beautifully designed fireworks I have ever seen. Because you know how a finale can be a kitchen sink and they're just...
Sure. Everything that's left over goes off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just light it up. It was absolutely beautiful. So I'm hoping that the 4th of July fireworks that Harley is sponsoring at Summerfest will be equally
in 2 weeks.
Just beautiful. Yeah. So the 2 more weekends to look forward to. Summerfest.com, great website. They have a great app. We have a Summerfest section of WTMJ.com, and I am posting my daily music picks on WTMJ.com as well.
And what are you doing on What's on Tap this week?
Thursday, I will be live at Summerfest, so stop by, say hi. I'm interested in your music picks, too.
Can't wait. Sandy Max, always great to have you here. Thanks so much for dropping by.
See ya.
I'm Libby Collins. It's 8:59. Up next, it's Jen Gregg, and then I'll be back with New at 9.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management, a fee-only fiduciary.
Fee-only fiduciary really further separates the folks that either say fiduciary some of the time or best interests altogether. And it's not just that alone. It is, of course, everything else that we can bring to the table that just isn't asset management. It is estate planning, tax planning, financial planning, all of it wrapped together in one transparent fee.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know inspiration's in full swing this time of year. So bring us your wild ideas and we'll bring the value on the quality supplies you need to make it happen at unbeatably low prices. Right now, during our lawn care sale, 50 quart bags of Miracle Grow Potting Mix, $11.99. $5 off select Techner Apex heavy-duty garden hoses. And assorted bags of Timberline mulch, 4 for $10. Find value on everything to do your thing. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
They say fortune favors the brave. Let's put that to the test.
First offering to him is a high fly ball to right field. Back on it is Fry. Track, wall, gone! Jackson Churio goes deep.
The Brewers head to Atlanta to take on the Braves. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at noon. We are the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it's 62 degrees. Today, rain is likely south of I-94 and a chance of rain is north, high of 68. Tonight, showers are early, a low 54. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jen Gregg. The newly released Salah Sazor thanks the community for his return.
Finally, I am back, and I'm here with my grandchildren, with my family, with my dear community, with people of freedom, people of justice, people of faith, who stood with my cause and my case. Thank you very much, everyone. This means the world to me. I have a new life.
The president of the Islamic Society of Milwaukee was released Thursday after spending 80 days in ICE custody. Sazor has been a U.S. citizen for 33 years and is an open advocate for Palestinian human rights. He returns to immigration court on June 24th. Summerfest 2026 has more than just music.
That's the sound of Summerfest's pickleball courts located near the U-Line stage. Co-owner of Pro Life Sports, Greg Grant, says this is their third year at the festival.
It's the great thing about the sport. It's so much fun. Men and women, young and old, can all play on the same court. It's easy to learn, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to get in. So that's a great aspects about the sport.
Pro Life has on-site instructors, so even those who have never played can enjoy the sport completely free of charge.
And it was awesome. You can start to see their eyes light up when they get it, and they make a good shot, and they enjoy it, and then they don't want to come off the court.
Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Summerfest employees search for future headliners at side stage performances. The Milwaukee World Festival Vice President of Entertainment Scott Zeal tells WTMJ.
When you have that breakthrough experience with an artist that's newer, growing, they play on a ground stage, and there's something crazy, or it's a bigger crowd, or more excitement. After that, then it's kind of like, okay, let's really track these guys in the next couple months and see what's the next situation.
The singer Alex Warren is headlining the festival this year after performing on a ground stage in 2025. And high-stakes peace talks between the United States and Iran are scheduled in Switzerland today. And there's concern about how continued fighting between Israel and Hezbollah could affect the road to peace. News Nation's Robert Sherman has the story. The United States will be looking to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. This weekend, Iran had announced plans to close the strait. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 9:04.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does, because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. The Brewers fall against the Braves, losing 4-3. Tune in for Brewers coverage today here on WTMJ. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, it looks like once again there are no major incidents to report, so good luck out there. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, it looks like showers early, a low of 54. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 72. Wednesday, rain is likely with a high of 75. Thursday, partly cloudy, a slight chance of rain and a high of 73. And for Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 64, Green Bay 60, and in Milwaukee, 62 degrees. I'm Jen Gregg. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 9:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. And now it's time for New at 9.
It's been a tragic weekend. An 18-year-old man was recovered from a depth of about 90 feet in Lac La Belle yesterday after he reportedly fell off a boat late on Friday night. Now, this comes on the heels of a 38-year-old man from Milwaukee who died in a separate drowning on Nagawicka Lake last Saturday out in Delafield. And, you know, here as we're getting into boating season, and I know that we have a lot of people who enjoy the lakes that we have here and the boats around here, it is just a reminder of how much you need to respect those bodies of water. And safety comes first. I mean, having a great time is wonderful, but being safe is more important. And, you know, a lot of people, they will get on boats, they'll get their kids on boats, they'll get their pets on boats, and nobody's wearing a life jacket. And you know what? Just that one little precaution can make a world of difference. So again, that very, very sad. I know a lot of people who live out on Lac La Belle, and they are pretty upset about what happened on Friday night. There were two other notable incidents this weekend, and they involved gunfire in the city of Milwaukee. Friday evening, it was a little bit after 8:30, and you'd think that a visit to McDonald's would involve more. Wouldn't involve more than just a fish sandwich and a shake. But at the McDonald's near Capitol and Holton, gunfire broke out. That resulted in a 24-year-old going to the hospital. And 3 other people, ages 29, 20, and 16, were hurt, but they refused medical treatment. Now, if you've seen any of the video of that incident, you will see glass shattered all over the building. It's a pretty horrible sight. And a lot of people are saying, it looks a little bit like a war scene. And then last night, it was just a little bit after 10 o'clock, when a bride and groom were celebrating their marriage with family and friends at a wedding venue on Fond du Lac on the city's north side. And again, gunshots rang out. There were 2 victims. We've got reports of a 35-year-old and a 39-year-old who were taken to the hospital. Now, we're still waiting for confirmation as to the reason for the shooting. But let me just make a guess. It probably was the result of an argument. When you think about it, 2 incidents the past 2 evenings. It's a 3-day holiday weekend for a lot of people where families are gathering to celebrate. They want to relax. They want to do things that they enjoy. But in both of these cases, at the wedding venue and at the McDonald's, it became a crime scene in just a few short seconds. Now, you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? I mean, really, if you think about it. Now, I haven't been to that wedding center, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know, how often they have events there. But I have been to the McDonald's where that shooting took place because it's located adjacent to where this radio station used to be. So a lot of us would just stop in there, maybe grab a sandwich for lunch, or maybe on our way either to or from work, we would stop at that McDonald's. There are really nice, good people who work there. And you see a lot of families and people who work in the area. They stop by regularly. But you know what? None of these people should have to worry whether or not they might be hit by stray gunfire when they're just living their life, stopping in for a sandwich or a Coke or a cup of coffee and just doing what you do. You hear a lot of people say, that doesn't affect me because it's happening in a part of the city where I never go, or maybe I live in the suburbs. But you have to remember, a lot of people live, work, and celebrate in these neighborhoods where we're getting reports of all these shootings. And they deserve a quality of life where they do not have to be afraid to do those regular day-to-day things that those of us who live in areas where gunfire is not a normal way of life just carry on. We don't worry about it. It's just something to think about on this day when we're celebrating our dads. Hopefully, we won't be hearing tomorrow morning about an incident that occurs later today or tonight because gunfire resulted due to an argument. Coming up next, WTMJ's Tori Lowe takes a look at another gun incident that occurred this past week right here on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Talk about value. When it comes to casual dining, I can't think of a better value out there. If you're looking for a way to stretch your family's dining budget, come to Marty's Pizza, where feeding your family won't cost you an arm or a leg. We're reasonably priced, and that's how it's going to stay. That's why we've been around so long. We offer a quality product at the right price. Italian dinners, subs, sandwiches, salads, and of course, 100% real mozzarella cheese pizza. Find us easily online at martyspizza.net.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
That bathroom of yours, its look has more than worn out its welcome. And a remodeling job? Right now, that's just a little too steep for your checkbook. Well, Lester's Glass Service can give your bathroom a fresh new look. an affordable upgrade that can really produce some pretty desirable results. You could replace that drab shower curtain and install a gorgeous new glass shower door. Why don't you come by our showroom in Hales Corners? And when you get here, we can share with you the myriad of options you have available. Decorative glass, stained glass, beveled mirrors, improvements you may not have realized you could do. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. You know, my dad Les says, when you're good, you last. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
It's 9:15. A deadly armed standoff with Milwaukee police on the city's northwest side, June 13th, leaves one family with a lot of questions. Police say 22-year-old Jaylen Brown had threatened to take his own life near 84th and Lynx before he allegedly fired shots at the police and then ran into a nearby apartment complex. Now, police negotiated for Brown to come out of the building, but they eventually fired shots at him. And Brown died from his injuries at the hospital. WTMJ's community reporter Tori Lowe spoke with Jaylen Brown's mother.
We could have gotten him out the building. He just wanted somebody there to feel safe.
The mother of 22-year-old Jaylen Brown believes her family could have helped bring him home alive.
They told me that they was going to allow my niece to speak with him because he yelled out her number, and they felt like I was too emotional, so they was going to let my niece talk to him to get him out the building.
The mother believes that families need more access to negotiations.
And if people have mental health issues, they need to have a mental health negotiator, someone else. They need to allow families access to negotiating.
After watching the body cam footage, she says that belief has only grown stronger.
They did not have to shoot him that second time. They did not have to do it.
Once Jaylen was wounded, family says officers could have used a different kind of force.
He was down. He told them he could not move. All they had to do was use a different type of force.
Brown says she hopes her son's death sparks a broader conversation about how law enforcement handles mental health crises and how families can be included when loved ones are in distress.
My son was not suicidal. He said that just shoot me, thinking that they wouldn't do it. And he was just trying to buy himself some time until they said his mama was there.
Tori Lowe, WTMJ News.
Heartbreaking story from Tori Lowe. It's 9:17 on WTMJ. It's Father's Day, and we're going to have your forecast right after this.
Picture this, a perfect summer evening, great friends, and dinner on the patio overlooking a beautiful course. That's Racine Country Club. More than golf, it's a place to relax, gather, and belong. A new energy is here, and you're invited to experience it. From great food to unforgettable events, it's a lifestyle built around community. Whether it's a quick night after work, dinner with friends, or a weekend with family, Racine Country Club offers something for everyone, year-round. Discover what's new at Racine Country Club. Visit racinecountryclub.com.
Save big money in all Purdy tools to help you finish your next paint and stain project. Menards carries Purdy paintbrushes, ruler covers, prep tools, pails, kits, and more to help you get the job done right. Purdy brushes have been handcrafted in the USA for over 100 years and are the #1 brand preferred by professionals. Save big on Purdy painting tools. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Rain's going to be likely today south of I-94. We've got a chance, though, if you're further north, you're going to get some, too. Our high's only going to be about 68 degrees. Then tonight, we've got some showers that are going to be beginning around, right about the time you want to grill out, around dinner time. 54 overnight. And then tomorrow, we'll see some sunshine, 68 for a high. Tuesday, a few clouds come in, 72 for a high. Then on Wednesday, we're looking at more rain, 75 will be your high temperature. And Thursday, partly cloudy, slight chance of rain again, and a high of 73, but Friday looks pretty good. Sunshine and 75. Temperatures around with southeastern Wisconsin on this Father's Day morning. In Brookfield, you've got 67 degrees. Richfield's at 65. Delafield has 67. And it's 63 degrees at 9:19 on WTMJ.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off on their summer special for a limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. Results may vary.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests.
The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Welcome to WTMJ's Sunday Sip, and this Father's Day, we celebrate the dads who shaped our lives and the lessons that still last. Joining me from Three Pillars Senior Living Communities are Ruth and John. They live on the campus there at Compass Point Catered Assisted Living, floor mates there at Three Pillars, and thank you both for joining me to share meaningful moments from your fathers. Ruth, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your dad. What was your dad's name?
Ray Francis Kuntz. He was Pennsylvania Dutch, came from Pennsylvania through a covered wagon to Kansas. And there's lots of good stories from that covered wagon. I don't have any relatives alive. Even my mother and father that way are gone. So, but I have lots of memories that are almost like movies because it's such a different life they lived than what we live.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to tell us about a covered wagon. That really is real history. And what's a lesson or a piece of advice that your dad taught you that stayed with you throughout your life?
Patience. I think that's the biggest thing I learned from him. And it starts at a very young age to be patient with your mother. And then it goes through school, be patient with your teachers, right on through college and nurses training. And then, of course, that came in really well with motherhood, to have patience.
And John, what was your dad's name?
My dad's name was John Nicholas Falk, so I am a junior. My father was 5'3", short and chunky.
So was mine.
And that's something rather unusual in the whole family because my mother, his wife, was 5'7". So that was a challenge, I guess.
He always looked up to her.
Yes. And I can remember them when they danced. That she was always taller than Dad.
Yeah.
And of course, the big thing when I was a kid was wedding dances in those days. That's about the only dances that my parents went to. But anyway, my father was a welder for John Deere Tractor Company in Waterloo, Iowa. He worked second shift, but he also had a small garage in the town that we lived of Dewar, D-E-W-A-R, Iowa, of about 100 people. And so as a young person of about 6 years old, I started handing the wrenches to him as he worked on all of the automobiles and all this monkey business. And my youngest brother was a year and a half younger, and he never was interested in that kind of stuff, but I was. And so I gained a lot of knowledge from him, and he taught me how to weld with acetylene and electric, and how to use a wood lathe, and how to do all of those things at my early age. And so that's kind of the things that I got from my dad, and I learned very early in life how to do things like that. And one of the things that he always taught me, he said, Whenever you do something, you want to do it a little better than what they expect. And that's kind of the way I grew up in life, with that kind of a mentor behind me.
What practical skills and a true life lesson to always meet and exceed expectations. Well, I love hearing these stories, but let's talk a little bit about where you are today. Ruth, how long have you lived at Three Pillars?
3 years.
And what made you decide it was the right place for this chapter of your life?
I got to choose where I wanted to go. So I still wanted to be in the lower 48. So I chose Wisconsin because I've never been in a state like this. So she went around and looked at all different places before I needed to. I was in an apartment 1 year before I moved in here. So she did all the footwork. And then I came to visit different ones that she liked. And there was no question that this was it.
And who is it that did all that research for you?
My daughter, one of my daughters.
Well, what a great service your daughter did in doing the research. And John, what brought you to Three Pillars?
Well, it's very simple for me. My oldest son's mother-in-law lived here at Three Pillars. And so there was no research necessary here because they knew what it was like, and they had lived here for 12 years. And so I moved here then in November of 21.
And what surprised you most about living at Three Pillars, John?
Everything, the service, it was like a family greeting. I had, in fact, son's mother-in-law picked out the room that I'm in, and it's beautiful. It's one of the best roomiest views in the building, so I'm happy.
Ruth is challenging you that her room has the best view. What is your view? What do you see?
The lake, the little lake with all the little ducks. But the one thing I like the most, to extend what you ask him, I can open my window and hear Mr. Bullfrog. And I grew up on a farm, and that just brought me back to my root. It's just crazy that things at 92, the things I haven't thought about or heard in many, many, many years, that here I am. I've come full circle.
And make you feel like home.
I am home. Absolutely.
Ruth and John, thank you so much for sharing such wonderful memories and lessons from your fathers, and for such a fun conversation. You could just hear the warmth and kindness and the sense of community in both of your stories, and that is really part of what makes Three Pillars such a special place. And if you'd like to surround yourself with folks like Ruth and John and Mr. Bullfrog and be part of a community that is truly caring and supportive and feels like a family, threepillars.org is the website to learn more, schedule a tour, or explore opportunities to join the Three Pillars team, because you deserve the best. And you should know that U.S. News & World Report released their Best Senior Living 2026 list. For the 5th year in a row, Three Pillars is honored with several best ratings. And this year, Three Pillars is the only community in Wisconsin to be rated best in every single category possible. Check them out now. Browse and learn more online. threepillars.org.
It's 63 degrees at 9:27 on WTMJ.
The Matrix is Penny Mustard's most popular TV stand.
Fake.
Huh?
The Matrix TV stand is obviously a computer-generated simulation.
How do you know?
Look closely at the Matrix.
Okay.
Do you see what I see?
Probably not.
What do you see?
Pixels.
Those aren't pixels.
That's wood grain.
You're just used to other TV stands made with fake veneers.
But the Matrix TV stand is handcrafted from solid wood.
Yeah, right. That's what they want you to believe. If the Matrix TV stand is real, why does it look different every time I see it?
Because each Matrix TV stand is built to your specifications and TV size.
How do you know so much about the Matrix?
Well...
You're one of them, aren't you?
Sure.
I knew it!
Come see the totally real and wildly popular Matrix TV stand, starting at $28.44 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better simulations of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert here with my son David, Accunet's president and chief metaphor officer. What do you have for us this time?
Dad, for a lot of sellers, selling their home is like handing over a family photo album. Every room in that house has a birthday memory or a trombone lesson or that last Mother's Day brunch before the kids moved out. The seller isn't just transferring a deed, They're saying farewell to a chapter of their life.
So buyers need to walk through the front door with that in mind.
Absolutely. It's not just a financial transaction. It's a transfer of trust. Sellers and their agents are looking to say yes to the buyer who is strong enough and safe enough to make good on their offer.
So what does that look like in practice?
It looks like a rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval and a thoughtfully crafted offer that tells the seller, I will show up.
Because when the seller is deciding who will get the keys and the metaphorical family photo album,
you want them to feel the best about handing them to you.
Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com.
Coming up after the news, we've got a story about if you have kids in daycare. Looks like tuition's going to be going up. We're going to tell you what it means to you, and it's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. But right now, it's 9:30, and we have Jen Gregg in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, and it's a sad ending to what started out as I would assume, an evening of fun on Okauchee Lake on Friday.
Yeah, very sad tragedy. Thanks, Libby. A man was found dead after falling from a boat on Okauchee Lake. Wisconsin DNR wardens recovered the body of an 18-year-old man from Pewaukee around 11:30 a.m. Saturday morning. The man was found in 90 feet of water. He went missing on Friday night. 4 people are injured after a shooting at McDonald's in Milwaukee. Milwaukee police say the non-fatal shooting happened Friday night around 8:30 p.m. at the restaurant on Capitol Drive. The first victim, a 24-year-old, was transported to the hospital due to their injuries. A 29-year-old, 20-year-old, and 16-year-old were also injured but refused medical treatment. Police are still investigating the incident but believe it may have stemmed from an argument. They are continuing to seek unknown suspects. And 2 people are recovering after being shot at a wedding reception in Milwaukee. Police were called near Maxwell and Fond du Lac around 9:45 p.m. Saturday night. A 35-year-old and 39-year-old were taken to the hospital for non-fatal injuries. Police are seeking an unknown suspect. Anyone with information should contact Milwaukee Police. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, there are no major incidents to report.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Your Father's Day all-you-can-eat buffet is under $20 at the Mineshaft Family Restaurant in Hartford and Oshkosh. Kids under 3, eat free. Google and reserve today. It's the Mineshaft.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, rain is likely south of I-94 with a chance of rain in the north, a high of 68. Tonight, showers early, a low of 54. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 72. Wednesday, rain is likely with a high of 75. Thursday, partly cloudy, a slight chance of rain, a high of 73. And Friday, it looks like it's going to be 74 degrees. Right now in Madison, 66, Green Bay, 63 degrees, and in Milwaukee, 63 degrees. I'm Jen Gregg. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 9:32.
Thanks a lot, Jen. Coming up here in the next half hour. Ooh, it looks like the Brewers have been in just a little bit of a slump. Tom Cotroneo is going to be joining us with a look at the Brewers and what they're going to do in Atlanta. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Vince Vitrano here with your HVAC guy, Urban Heating and Cooling. How much longer does that furnace have? Question to ask my man Ryan. His family-owned business with his wife Ellie, based in Franklin. They serve all of southeast Wisconsin. Now, what Ryan most wants to do is help you get as much life out of that furnace that you've already got. But when you have him in for a tune-up, now he can give you an honest assessment on how much longer that older unit will hold out. Free estimate is always part of the deal, so you know it will fit your budget. Tell him Vinny sent you when you call urbanheatingandcooling.com.
It's that time of year again. The Fox World Travel exclusive July sale with Apple Vacations, and brand new for this year, Royal Caribbean, is coming soon. July is the best time of the year for unbeatable deals you won't get anywhere else. Get the hottest cruise deals or plan ahead for 2027 and pair all-inclusive resorts with nonstop flights. Let Fox World Travel book your vacation and secure your reservation with just a deposit. Visit foxworldtravel.com/July and get on the exclusive waitlist today.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
And welcome back to the final half hour of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News on this Father's Day. I'm Libby Collins. There's a lot of consternation among working parents in Wisconsin because they have just learned that funding of childcare is going to go away at the end of this month. And joining us to talk about it is Laura Biederman. She's Associate Executive Director at Ebenezer Child Care Centers. So, Laura, this is all about the Child Care Bridge payment. Tell us exactly what that is.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, the Child Care Bridge payment funding was really funding given to us that has tried to help us bridge the gap of funding that we need to basically remain open. And that all started back when COVID hit. We were considered essential workers, and we had different money that was coming to us that Evers had given us that was called Child Care Accounts. So this bridge payment was supposed to help us bridge the gap to continue the funding so that we would ensure that centers were able to remain open.
How much funding is there? I mean, if you're a parent, and let's say you have 2 kids in childcare, and I don't know what the tuition is, but what percentage of that is covered by this Child Care Bridge payment?
This actually does not go straight to the parents. It goes to the centers to use. So there are 2 different parts of the payments. One is increasing access to high quality care. So we're able to use that money in any capacity that we want as long as it goes towards our operations. So that piece really helped when inflation hit hard and all of those prices are going up on everything that we have to spend. So it helped us not to have to increase tuition for families. And there was a second part that was funding workforce recruitment and retention. And that piece is for our teachers, the people who are in the centers every day caring for children, to help give more money to them so that we can help recruit and retain them. So it didn't go directly to the families, but now what we're having to do is adjust our tuition, which will now impact the families, and we're going to see tuition spikes across many centers.
What kind of percentage are we talking about as far as the increase of tuition?
For the percentage, it honestly depends on how everybody did it, but I would say, when we're looking at everything, probably a 6 to 20%, depending on each location, how they were using that money, if they were trying to offset all their tuition increases. It really depends on each child care facility and what their centers will need.
Wow. If we're talking 10 to 20%, a lot of moms and dads are having trouble taking care of child care while they go to work. As it is, they're not going to be able to afford that kind of increase.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, and a lot of providers are going to have to decide, is it worth us to stay open? Can we actually give that to the families? Are we going to lose all of our families because they cannot afford that? And am I going to have to close my building? And that's where we do have some information that was given to everybody. We had surveys done by WECA, which is Wisconsin Early Childhood Association, and it shows that there is a scare that 1 in 4 programs could close. That's just something that a lot of people are not going to know until it gets closer.
And it's difficult enough to find a good child care facility to begin
Correct.
with. We're talking with Laura Biederman. She's Associate Executive Director at Ebenezer Child Care Centers. Why are they ending the funding? If it's been around since COVID, that's half a dozen years. Why would they end it now?
That's the great question. So the biggest issue is that we're not actually in the budget with this funding. So this year, for the first time ever, childcare did get added to the budget, but it wasn't enough. It's for a totally different program that has nothing to do with this. It really isn't enough to be sustainable. But they did add this bridge payment to help bridge the gap to get to no funding. And it was only based for a year. So what Evers was doing is he was giving us funding that was extra from all the money that we got from COVID from the federal government. So we were receiving that money, and then basically it's gone. There's no more of it. He can't give us any more, and it didn't get passed in the budget.
So what's next? If you're a parent and it's in your budget that you can pay this much, and all of a sudden you're being told, hey, look, your tuition's going to increase 10, 20%, What do you do?
And I think this is where we're asking for anybody to help, families, businesses, to really advocate for childcare and say how important this is. We really have to look at the future, right? Children are the future, and this is a ripple effect that's going to impact us years from now. It may not see the impact right now, right? But in 5-10 years from now, if we lose all this funding and nothing is put back in, we don't have a sustainable system and we don't have a future workforce. So it's really something that we're asking for people to help us advocate that childcare is essential and that we need your support and we need something sustainable that can help so that parents don't have to pay such a high tuition.
Other people in your positions who have child care facilities that they're running, and again, that's a great responsibility. Are you concerned that a number of them aren't going to be able to make it?
Yes, what I'm afraid of, and I think most of us at Ebenezer are, is that either centers are going to have lower quality. There's a bunch of different ways you can have a national accreditation, which we have at Ebenezer. You can also get a rating through Youngstar, which is a 1 to 5 scale. So we're worried that we're really going to see the quality fall, and we're going to have teachers exit the field because there is no more funding. There's not a lot more we can do for that piece, but we're also afraid, like, where are all these children and families going to go? If they can't afford that, are we going to see an increase in centers that aren't doing the right thing because they're trying to cut corners to cut costs? We are not worried at Ebenezer for that. We have budgeted this year without that. But it is something that everybody has to think about. How is this going to impact every center? And what do we do to help in the long run?
Yeah, and in this economic climate, parents don't need one more headache.
No, not at all. Not at all. And they should be able to focus, right? They should be able to trust where they take their children to be in safe, high-quality centers so they do not have to worry about their children during the day.
Well, thanks for sharing this information with us. Laura Biederman, Associate Executive Director of Ebenezer Child Care Centers. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Libby.
It's 9:40, 64 degrees at WTMJ. Do you have a theater kid in the house? Or maybe you were a theater kid yourself. You know, it's a really special thing. It really is. I mean, the kids who are involved in that, whether, you know, they're on stage or they're just working on a production or they're in a pit band or somehow associated with it, it's a camaraderie that cannot be duplicated. Well, coming up next, we're going to be talking with a teacher who's dedicated his life to working with these kids, and you don't want to miss it. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Struggling to provide for your family is a real thing, like having to choose between feeding them a warm meal or paying the utility bill. These are the choices many Milwaukee residents are faced with, which is why they turn to St. Vincent de Paul Society's meal program for help. Our meal program has been a consistent resource for those in need for over 42 years. Nutritious meals, warm showers, and clean clothes, all in a safe, family-friendly environment. Our mission is clear, and that's to help you break the cycle of poverty by connecting you with life-changing community and educational resources. Last year, we provided $2.2 million in goods and services, plus 57,000 warm meals. If you or anyone you know needs a warm evening meal, you can find us at Harambe Kitchen 5 nights a week on the northeast side of Milwaukee in the basement of All People's Church. And at Crossroads Kitchen on the south side of Milwaukee 6 nights a week on 9th and Madison. As always, we're grateful for community members and volunteers who help us help you. To learn more, visit svdpmilw.org.
Some pizza places have changed their tune about using real mozzarella cheese, but not Marty's. We use only 100% real mozzarella cheese, and we wouldn't have it any other way, because quality matters. Oh, you can taste the difference. With 100% real mozzarella, there's elasticity. And even when it's cold, it's still delicious. Marty's Pizza, nothing but 100% fresh ingredients and nothing but 100% real mozzarella cheese. We're easy to find at martyspizza.net.
Remember Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Wauwatosa West Theater Department has gained a reputation for embracing innovative productions. And theater director Adam Steffen told me that his schools had an opportunity to translate a somewhat controversial Broadway production to a high school stage. What's the most challenging play you've put on in the 15 years you've been at Tosa West?
Dear Evan Hansen.
All right. Now, why is that a challenge?
First of all, we're the first high school in the entire country to produce Dear Evan Hansen. And it was a unique opportunity to develop the high school version in partnership with Music Theater International and the authors.
You worked directly with the authors?
We worked directly with the authors, Levinson, Pasek, and Paul. We're on Zooms with them. And to understand and recognize that the authors and Music Theater International are so grateful to us to take their work, written for 8 actors, and create something that is attainable in a high school was just incredible to know that we were working with them and they were so grateful to have us there doing the work.
And not only was Dear Evan Hansen a resounding success for Tosa West Theater Department, Adam Steffman talked to me about an international honor for the students involved in the show. You are invited to some very special places with Dear Evan Hansen this summer. You're going to be performing for a lot of people around the country.
It's incredible. So we were the first in the country to do Dear Evan Hansen high school version. And now we've been selected to go to the International Thespian Festival. So we'll travel there this summer with the whole production. All of the students, our entire set, our production team is going to travel to the International Thespian Festival and we'll perform Dear Evan Hansen high school version in front of 4,000 high school theater students screaming and crying. How cool.
That's got to be a rush for you as a teacher.
Oh my gosh, it's a rush for me because it's a rush for the students. Going to the festival is about their experience. So watching the students experience that, when does anyone get to perform for 4,000 people? It's incredible.
And I am told that there is a semi-truck filled with all kinds of sets and props and buses with all the students involved, the band members, everybody. They're on their way right now to that festival. And you know what? While many high schools are struggling to keep their theater departments alive, Wauwatosa West has grown and gained national recognition. And Adam Steffman talks with me about the success of the school's program. And also, that enthusiasm of working with theater kids. And it's all this morning at 11 o'clock on WTMJ Conversations. Well, talking about enthusiasm, coming up next, we're going to be talking with Brewers Weekly, Dominic Atronio. Come on, we got to get enthused about the Brewers because they've had a rough couple of games. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
It's WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. If you're looking for expert care without that cold clinical vibe, Sweet Talks is where beauty, wellness, and self-confidence comes together in such a fun, welcoming space. Sweet Talks offers injectables, advanced skin treatments, even wellness services like weight loss or hormone optimization. Sweet Talks provides a comprehensive consultation designed just for you. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less's Glass, we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection. It's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Steinhafels is celebrating America 250 with huge savings for your home. Right now, save up to 30% store-wide. Plus, get a $250 MasterCard when you spend $2,999 or more. Whether you're shopping for a new sofa, bedroom set, dining room, or mattress, now's the perfect time to save big and bring home the styles you love. Celebrate the Steinhafels America 250 sale. Shop in store, tell them Jessica Ty sent you, or shop online anytime at steinhafels.com.
It's going to be mostly sunny today. We're going to get up to about 68 degrees. No. Wait a minute. That's tomorrow. Let me go back here. Let's rewind that tape. Today it's going to be rain. Okay, so we've got some clouds out there right now. If you're south of 94, you're going to be seeing a lot of it. There is a chance for some rain as you go further north. We're going to get only up to 68 today. And then showers early tonight down to 54. Tomorrow, that's when we see sunshine and a high of 68. Tuesday looks partly cloudy, 72 for a high. On Wednesday, we've got some rain likely. 75 will be your high temperature. Thursday, we've got some clouds in the sky. Another chance of some rain and a high of 73. And then Friday looks really nice. Sunny and 75. Right now in Kenosha, it's 60 degrees. Oconomowoc has 68. Cedarburg has 66, and it is 64 degrees at WTMJ at 9:49.
Save big money in your next painting project at Menards. Pristine interior paint and primer in one is Dutch Boy's best hiding and most durable paint. It delivers a smooth, elegant finish while providing maximum scuff, stain, and mark resistance. Save big money on Dutch Boy paints and get your painting project started today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
No matter what your summer sounds like, Summerfest is the place to be.
Congratulations!
And WTMJ is right in the middle of it. Come say hi as we broadcast live from the Summerfest grounds all festival long. From the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Mobile Studio. We're bringing Milwaukee's biggest summer tradition straight to you. Your soundtrack to summer, heard here on WTMJ.
I'm Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we talk with Adam Steffen, the theater director at Tosa West High School, about how his students have been invited to participate in the International Thespian Festival.
We'll travel there with the whole production, all of the students, our entire set, our production team, and we'll perform Dear Evan Hansen high school version in front of 4,000 people.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Take me out to the ball game.
Well, if you are a Brewers fan, you kind of have that sinking feeling in your stomach the last couple of games. Because, dare I say it? Dare I use the word? The S word? It's a slump, I think. It's not going the way we'd like to see it go right now, especially since we're almost at that midway part of the season. And joining us is Dom Catronio. You know him from Brewers Weekly, and of course he kicks off the show kicks off every game ahead of time with an update of what's going to be going on. And Dom joins us, and boy, it's been a really tough week or so, hasn't it? What's going on? There's 3 straight series losses. There was a shutout by the Phillies. What the heck is going on, Dom?
Well, it's only 3 games lost.
Okay, well, we're going to have Dominic Petronio because he's in Atlanta right now. So we're going to have him hooked up here in just a minute. Let's tell you right now, it's 9:52. We got 64 degrees out there.
I can hear you.
It's going to get up to about 68 today. Watch out. We might have some rain coming in between about 1 and 3 this afternoon.
Sure.
And speaking about depression is not being able to get Dom Catronio to talk about the Brewers when we want him here. But he's going to be joining us in just a couple of minutes. You know, another baseball story that you may or may not be aware of is that the Justice Department is taking a look at MLB's insistence that players wear special rainbow-themed hats for a Pride Day game at Giant Stadium. And we'll ask Dom about that, too. But we've got Dominic Catronio with us right now. And, Dom, let's talk about the Brewers first, because they are not having a good couple of games, are they?
Well, I think the big thing too. It's only 3 games lost, right? It's not 3 series losses. So they're doing all right.
They're doing all right.
It's
It's
2
games here in Atlanta that
they're
they're obviously
could have won,
and
quite frankly,
in
in
yesterday's game should have won.
Some bad luck
went their way in game one. Yesterday they played well enough to win for 25 outs, but you need 27 of them, right? So
the way I look
at it is like you said earlier.
They're not even at the
halfway point yet. There's no reason to panic. There's no reason to freak out. It's just a little 3-game blip. And for me, I think the Brewers, to their standard, they have not played to that standard in these last couple of games. But nonetheless, the way I see it is that this is
the doldrum
section of the schedule right now. Given the Brewers are in the middle of 26 games in 26 days,
they'll have their last off day of the first half coming up on
Thursday, and then they'll close the first half with 18 games in 17 days.
That's a lot. That's a lot of games to play in a short period of time, too.
Exactly. There's a doubleheader in there against St. Louis. The Brewers had a lot of off days early in the season, and now it kind of course corrects here leading into the All-Star break. But then you get 4 days off there leading in.
All right. So what do you see as the key here? I mean, is it that the pitchers are tired? Do you think the team is just, because they've been on the road, do you think that maybe that's part of it? What do you think is really going on?
Well, I think the first thing is everyone's tired, right? That's a normal thing. Come this time of season, and when the Brewers are in a little 3-game stretch, that's kind of how spoiled we've been as Brewers fans. Oh gosh, everything's coming down. Really, in the reality is everything's A-okay. They lost 2 one-run games to really quality opponent here in the Atlanta Braves. But let's not give them any lack of shine, because look, they're a playoff team. They're probably going to have a bye heading into the postseason. They're leading their division too. And then furthermore on the other side, Cleveland, they're leading their division too. So it's everything going.
So what's coming up next? I mean, what we know that it's been a rough couple of days. So what do we have to look forward to, I guess, is the question.
A lot. You get Cooper Pratt. Sorry, I'm getting feedback in my phone right now. But you're getting Cooper Pratt up to the show right now, which is super exciting. You have some more pieces on the way, and what Jacob Mizorowski has been doing, and what Kyle Harris has been doing, and to think that those guys, in addition to hopefully Bryce Terang, anybody listening to the show right now, go vote for Terang on MLB.com to be an All-Star, because he should be an All-Star. He should be the starting second baseman for the National League. So I think that this is a quality playoff-bound team, and there's still so much to look forward to as far as the development of Bryce, the development of Chourio, William Contreras can be great in that sort of thing.
What are you looking forward to at the game today? Do we have Dom there? Did we lose Dom again? Oh, no. Okay, well...
No, I'm here. No, I'm here.
Oh, you got it. Okay, so what do we have to look forward to with the game today?
Today, for Father's Day, the Brewers are sending out Robert Gasser to the mound, a little lefty who was really good against Cleveland last week. And then furthermore, on the other side, it's Bryce Elder for the Braves, a right-hander who the Brewers, quite frankly, he kind of fits their profile where he gives up a lot of contact, doesn't strike out a lot of guys, which is exactly what the Brewers want to do. And for the Brewers, they need to salvage it. They haven't been swept since April in a series. So you need to make sure you take the finale. They have a chance to hand the ball to a lefty who has been trying to fight to keep his space in the rotation, and trying to make sure that he's able to continue to stay in the big leagues because of all the injuries the Brewers have been dealing with in the starting rotation.
Do you think it'll make a difference when they come back to AmFam?
Absolutely. I mean, it's always better to play from home, right? So the Brewers are on this trip right now, back to back on the road against Atlanta and Cincinnati. Then they get back to back at home against, of course, those Cubs and Cincinnati once again. And then they finish the first half with a 3-city road trip over 10 games. Got
to ask you real quick, Dom. On Friday, it came out that the Justice Department's taking a look at the MLB and the fact that they had these rainbow-themed hats for Pride Day with a Giants game, and 3 of the pitchers for the Giants decided to change that logo, so there was a scripture cited on it. Is this a non-story?
Non-story. 100% non-story. We live in a beautiful country that has freedom of speech, and that's kind of how I treat it. I love Pride Month. I think there's a lot of great that goes with baseball connecting with Pride Month, but players can also express their freedom of speech. I think that we as a public can say things about their opinions as well. That's freedom of speech too. So honestly, it's a nothing burger. This happens at least once a year. A variety of teams, and I'm sick of it.
Good perspective. Tom Cotroneo, you're going to be back at noon with Brewers Warm Up, and we thank you so much for joining us on this Father's Day.
All right, thank you, Libby.
Thank you. And I want to wish all the dads out there a happy Father's Day to you. I'm Libby Collins.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be